At that time.
Let's go to Gail in Tampa. Hey, Gail, what's going on?
Hey, love your program. You're amazing.
How long have you been listening?
Oh, my gosh. Well, off and on for about maybe, 6 to 7 years.
Oh.
I mean, just on the radio. Didn't understand the TV. And then I go out to Seattle once a year. We have a trading club out there.
Okay.
And then he started talking in class about your book. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's the guy that I listened to in Florida. And then I started watching your TV live. And it's just amazing. I need to become a tiger.
Well, you're already a tiger. See, you've been out there 6 years. See, once you check in to TFNN, you can't check out. It's like Hotel California. It's pretty sick, I know.
No, it's great. And I have some gold I want to try to get over to you, and then I want to buy some coins for my grandkids. So I appreciate what you're doing. I think it's amazing. You're just really amazing. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 3 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Bottom line, folks, you can make whatever type of agreement that works for you. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 11, NASDAQ off 2, S&Ps were flat. Gold contract up $13.50, trading at $1,677 an ounce. Silver up 62 cents at $32.30 an ounce. Platinum up 27 bucks at $1,562 an ounce. Copper up 6.5 pennies at $3.80 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.56, trading out at $99.89. Bonds down 21 ticks at 141.07. Dollar index down 56 ticks at 79.84. Euro up 100 ticks at 130, and the yen was flat out there at 76.97. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we get to 1322.28. You do 720 million. That's half the amount of shares that it has to get done. Okay, so price-wise, where we are is this. We're at 316, which is still over the highs of last week, which is still over the high of the 27th, which is 1292. Now, bottom line is that this baby wants to get downtown. Your confirmation is going to be as soon as you get under 1292. What I expect you're going to see as we start rolling, you're going to see the volume expand as we start coming downtown. Market has no more strength on the way up, folks. That's the bottom line. And I want to show you something here. Well, we're going to go through this first, and I'm going to show you something that is divergent at this point, which gives you a huge amount of information. Dow Industrials, flat market, 11 bucks, no big deal. The Dow, 12,764. That 12,764, folks, bottom line has got into the highs of July. That high out there was 12,751. Bottom line, that couldn't hold it. The high of July 7th was 12,753. Bottom line, couldn't hold that either. Okay, so what is it? The thing that's really bizarre here is that the top line number, they just like to run the Dow up to that top line number. And now you get Harmony. With the Harmony specifically, well, let's go over to the NASDAQ Composite first. Next. The NASDAQ Composite gets to a price point today of 2804. We close out flat, well, down 2 at 2884. We do 1.6 billion. The 27th of October, okay, is running out there at 2753. So bottom line, that also has to come back inside that 2753. I expect when that happens, as we're getting down there, you're going to see an expansion of volume. Now, let's go over to the dollar index, because this is the most deviant part of the whole deal. The Dow today should have been able to, bang, get up 150 like nothing. Why? we had the dollar index pull back 55 ticks. You did 24,000 contracts. Plenty of breathing room for the market to get going. Couldn't get going. What that is saying is that the market itself knows that, bottom line, dollar wants higher price. Now, we did 24,000 contracts. You're going into about 31. You closed out at 79.85. And what you do have game in here is that 79.55 is game, 79.21 is game. But bottom line, it's not giving the market the breathing room that it wants. And that tells me flat out that what you're going to see, number one, is that when this market decides that the dollar wants to decide that it's finished at B to C of an ABC structure in the way up, watch out. And I mean watch out in spades. If we go over to the gold contract and we look at gold, what you have inside gold is this. You did 117,000 contracts today. You're up 1370. It's not even close. The gold needs about 245 to 250,000 contracts on the way up. You go to get rid of that supply line. You can see it in the GLD. The GLD, folks, which is Street Tracks Trust, that's 10% of the price of gold. That little baby is doing 8 million shares versus 52 million. You know, and inside the actual business, meaning on the fundamental side, what you have out here is PAAS, Pan American Silver, is taking over Mine Finders. That takeover in itself kind of explains how much that the companies will actually pay for miners. And right now, there was a 34% premium of the price, which is nice, price of Friday. However, that Mine Finders was trading almost at that exact same price that they're paying in 2007. And it's basically, it's about $3 under the high. They had an $18 and something high in about 3 months ago. And it's a cash and equity deal. And what you have with PAS, because of the equity part of the deal, that goes down 243, comes down with volume. That makes mine finders worth less. What does that mean, folks? What that means is that the actual miners will not pay up for the metal in the ground right now. And that means that this correction is not over. 877-927-6648. Let's go to Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how in the world are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Yes, I am. It is a beautiful day, and I know you like it a little bit cooler than this, my friend, but this 80 degrees near summer-like conditions we're having in January are quite nice.
It's amazing, folks. There's no doubt. I've been down here 12 years, and I've never quite seen it like summer all year. And it's beautiful, though. It's not summer, thank God. I mean, it's beautiful. There's no doubt about it.
It's awesome. What it is it's 80 degrees without the humidity.
Right.
You know,
right.
And it's
right.
absolutely. This is about as cool as I'd ever wanted to see, Tom, because, I talked in the past, I grew up in Miami, and this is about as far north as I ever plan on living.
Yeah, totally.
So, no doubt about it. Hey, listen, thanks for taking my call. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind pulling out Las Vegas Sands LVS and put it on a daily. Looks like it completed out of Bear Gartley today.
Let's take a look. You got LVS Las Vegas Sands. The lows 36, the highs 50. It was up $1.44 today. Yeah, I wouldn't be biting on it just yet, though.
Okay,
and this is why. I just brought this back. When you're bringing these up, folks, what you want to do first is this. You bring them up in a 6-month chart, then bring them back a couple years and put them on a weekly, so you can just get a little clearer picture of what's going on. And when you do that, Dave, this thing is going to try to, basically the top of the consolidation is, at $55, and I don't think it's going to get that far, but you get $50, that's not bad, and I just let it the way it looks to me that it's set right now, it just wants to go higher, man. Because of that, you can see eventually this is going to go spike $55.47. That's the volume characteristic you had from November of 2010. You can see the last 3 times it hasn't been able to get there. Now that's on the weekly. If I go back and put this on the daily, what you have on the daily, I never like to see how just the volume went up today in correlation to last Thursday?
Yes.
That's telling me that, okay, it's going to
probably go a little bit higher.
It's probably going to be a butterfly.
Okay.
That's why, and here, let me show you something else. What happens, folks, is that you have a Gartley pattern, you have a butterfly pattern, then you have a tiger Gartley and a tiger butterfly. And the correlation has absolutely everything to do with the volume characteristic that I put inside those. So when you're looking at this, see how even the swing point of January 3rd got taken out with volume. That's not a shot, man. You know, you went over there. Let's see, we went from $45. You did 15 million shares. It was taken out 4 million. You had an expansion that says they're going to go to the top, man.
Got time for one more?
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on Apple?
Apple. Take a big bite out of Apple, man.
I'm thinking it's getting ready to short myself, but I could be wrong.
Well, so what we have is this. Apple earnings are going to come out tomorrow after the close, folks. The way I would trade Apple, I would let the earnings come out first, and you would pray that Apple would gap up like $20, and that's the shot. Right now, I wouldn't short it now. And the reason why I wouldn't is this, is that does it want to go down to 381? Yes, it does. But Apple is just deviant enough that it'll do a beautiful butterfly. And the butterfly, basically will be a gap away. And you have a couple different things that are happening. It may be the exhaustion gap. You get the butterfly, so your reward goes up dramatically versus your risk. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. You just don't have a trade. Okay. Cooking, brother.
Thanks, Tom.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. At 4:30, folks, Texas Instruments is going to be coming across with numbers. So that out here today, Texas Instruments is going to be something we want to see how it trades. The reason being is that when we take, the chip stocks have been on fire. When you take Texas Instruments, it had a huge sign of strength last Tuesday, goes topside. Well, what it's doing also, though, and this is where it always gets dangerous, is that it has its strength, okay, before it's getting up to a major swing. That's what that is. So picture what that is, folks. Picture that you're either in a let's say you're running a marathon, or you're basically in a couple mile swim. What that would be doing, what that would be saying is this: is that you have some heavy competition, and that heavy competition, if it was, let's say, a couple mile swim, is taking you on at about the mile and a half. You got a half a mile left. What would end up happening is that you, after going a mile and a half, a couple of these Olympic swimmers could basically sprint the last half a mile, but most people, there's no way you're going to sprint the last half a mile. So what you have is that if you have to sprint there, which is that wide price spread, accelerated volume, when you get into the major part, which is the win, which in this case is the swing point, you fall apart. That's how Texas Instruments is set up at this point. They needed about 75 million shares, and you got 58. So it's going to be hard to get that 75 million at that 34, 35, and right now we're at 33. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital